Hello, hello, hello. Who is there? Sorry, I'm a bit late. Trying to get ready. So how is everybody doing? I have warmed up a little bit, so I'm good. So how are we all doing? I hope you've all had a good week. Today is Friday. And how many more days to Christmas or to the end of the year? And 60 days to the end of the year. Can you imagine how time flies? 2017 is coming to an end, and we're going into 2018. How has the year been for you? If you look back from January to now, how has it been? What have you been able to achieve? What haven't you been able to achieve? What were the goals that you wrote for yourselves? And what steps are you taking? Today we're going to be looking at addressing some of those issues and see how we can start 2018 in a better format. Yeah? So while I wait for some people to join, go grab yourself a cup of tea, coffee, water, whatever it is that you want to drink while we wait. I know today is what's it called? Children in Need season, so many people are watching TV. But nonetheless, we'll carry on. Nonetheless, we will carry on. Those who are here, thank you very much for joining, for taking the time on a Friday evening to be with me. Thank you so much. You are most welcome. Okay, so just 1 minute, please. Okay, I tell you to look. Sorry, some people's having trouble logging in. So, the two things we're going to talk about today is, okay, maybe you tell me what it is that you feel is holding you back from achieving your goals, and then we take it from there. You can type a message, okay? Let's try and make it more interactive. Type a message and let me know what it is that is holding you back. For me, the first thing that I felt was really, really holding me back, and was probably lack of confidence. And I had, welcome Fred, thank you for joining. I had to address that issue. And how did I do that? Lack of confidence. I know a lot of people suffer from lack of confidence. And that is one thing that really actually kind of stops people from moving forward, stops people from achieving their goals, stops people from taking the step and taking the risk. So lack of confidence is a big, big problem. And that is one of the things that kind of stopped me for a little while. And I've addressed the issue. And how did I address that issue? It was by going back, way, way back to when I actually started feeling that lack of confidence. Because something must have happened for you to have completely felt inadequate to do anything about yourself. So once I remembered what happened, I addressed the issue. And from then on, thank God, being a Christian, my confidence started building and I started getting better and better and better. So right now, I'm in a very good position. I'm very confident of myself, very, very confident of myself. And I used to struggle a lot, and I used to feel a lot of intimidation. So that was kind of really hindering my progress, and I didn't like it because I knew deep down in my soul, I had the power. I had something great, something good that God had put inside of me that I needed to use. But because of that lack of confidence, I couldn't really do anything about it. So that was one of those, hi Renee, thanks for joining. That was one of those things that I needed to address, and I did. So, what is it that is stopping you from moving forward? Talk to me. What is it that is stopping you from moving forward? I want us to start 2018 with clarity, to know that you set your goals, you have your short-term, medium, and long-term goals. Okay? And once you address those goals, you finish the short one, you go to the medium, and you go to the long-term goal. So tell me, what is it that is actually stopping you from achieving those goals? And see how we can address it. I've already told you what mine was, and I've addressed that. And if that was one of the issues that is actually affecting you at the moment, then please, I advise you to think of when you actually started losing confidence in yourself and address that issue. Address it wholeheartedly. Take 100% responsibility. Look deep down in yourself. It's like taking a surgery and really looking at yourself and wondering, is this what I was going through? These are some of the things that I really need to do about myself and to be able to move forward. So I suggest you do that. Now, another thing that I find a lot of people suffering from, that kind of really, really hinders their progress, is blaming and complaining. Oh my God, blaming and complaining. You know, if I had $1 for every time I hear somebody blaming or complaining, I would be a billionaire by now. It's human nature. We blame the weather, we blame the person who's late, we blame this, we blame that. You know, I did the blaming too. I did that. Funny enough, I did that. And it's not a nice thing. It is not a nice thing. And for a long time, whenever I was commuting to work, you know what London trains us, especially the Southeastern train, my God, they're always late. They're never on time. And you're in the train and wondering, oh, I need to get to work. And I would be panicking and wondering and blaming everybody getting to work. And I'm like, okay, maybe if I had left 10 minutes earlier, I wouldn't be late. Or maybe if I had prepared myself, or maybe got my book or got my notepad or something to engage with, I wouldn't actually be focusing on what was holding me back and not blaming and complaining. So I changed. I changed my response to the event. That is what I did. So since then, what I do is when I'm going to work, Monday to Friday, I make sure I have my notepad, I have a pen, I have a book to read, and I make a lot of notes. Being a speaker, you've got to make a lot of notes. So that is what I do. So I don't actually realize that I'm being held up in traffic or anything like that. So it helps me. And for students, if you're approaching your exam, so even just to better yourself so you can actually get better in getting good grades, pick up your book and read. You know, by just sitting in the bus or maybe sitting in the train, pick up your book, revise the topics that you haven't actually mastered properly, focus on the ones that you feel you're not so good at, so that at least when you go to your teacher or to your tutor, you're able to ask questions because you know you've acknowledged the areas that you're weak at. So I advise you to do that instead of just sitting and playing on your phone, because gosh, this is good, but it's also bad. There are pros and cons to it. A lot of times people just pick up the phone just to check a message, just to check if somebody has called them, somebody has texted them or anything like that. And you're wasting time. This is not good. Pick up a book. Pick up a book to read, to broaden your knowledge, to actually make you aware of what is happening. Yes, I know that there are free newspapers, but a lot of those newspapers are full of just sad news every day. I don't do sad news. Oh, I stay away from them. I totally stay away from them. Occasionally I do read them, but I try not to. I try and read books that I know is going to increase my knowledge, enable me to, through that knowledge, impact people's lives. So what I suggest you do is get a book that you like reading. If you're in the industry of construction, get a book in construction where you can broaden your horizon so you can get even pay increase, get promotion, all that kind of stuff. If you're in uni, you're preparing for your thesis, you're preparing for your dissertation, you're preparing for or you're doing your GCSE or A levels, get a book and read. Keep the phone away. Only use it when you need it. Okay, some people say, okay, maybe I like listening to music. What kind of music are you listening to? What kind of music are you listening when you're being hauled up in traffic? Okay, so those are the kind of things that you could actually do to improve yourself, you know, because self-development is very, very important. Very important. So we've addressed the issue of lack of confidence. We've addressed the issue of blaming and complaining, which a lot of people do. If you are surrounded by people who are always blaming and complaining, I advise you to pull yourself out of it. Pull yourself out of it, because they're just draining the energy out of you. They're draining the energy out of you. You don't need them. Pull yourself out of it and surround yourself with people who give you more advice, people who lift you up, people who see the potential in you and actually give you better advice for you to progress, rather than always complaining and blaming. Oh, I didn't do this because my mom didn't do this for me, my dad didn't do this for me. No. At the end of the day, unless you're a child and you're still under the care of your parents, but still you have to take responsibility for your action, you have got to take 100% responsibility for your actions. How do you react to the events that happen in your life? The way you react to events is very, very important. Very important, because that will determine the outcome that you want. So if every time you're reacting to the events in your life with negativity or with anger or with bitterness, you are not going to have a very good outcome. You have got to change the way you react to events. I'll give you an example of how I react to events when I'm held up in traffic. Before I would be sweating and fuming, and I'm like, gosh, I'm going to be late for work. Why is this happening? Why can't the driver just drive? But he can, because of traffic. And the train driver as well can't go because the lights are red and he can't move. So what I decided to do, pick up a book and read. And before I know it, the train has moved and I've got to work. So we have got to change how we respond to the events in our life. It is of paramount importance. You have got to do that. Only you, and I mean this, you have the responsibility to do that. No one else can do it. No one else can. You see, my children can do that for me. My husband can do that for me. My sister can't. My mom can't. No, not even my boss. It is up to me, after I've acknowledged that, yes, these are some of the problems that I'm facing. These are some of the issues that I feel are affecting my progress. And I take the necessary steps to address those issues and make sure that I'm a better person. And I know you can. Why do I say that? Because you are uniquely crafted by the Almighty God to be better. Only you can do it. And you have the ability, you have the power to do that. Hi Alice, thanks for joining. Only you can do it. You have got to be purposeful. You have got to be intentional when you take those decisions, because no one else can do it for you. You can start blaming from January to December. Again, the year is going to start very soon. You're going to start the same thing, blaming and complaining. 2018 will come and go. You start 2019, the same thing, blaming and complaining. And you're not actually moving forward. You have got to change how you react to the events in your life. They have happened, you can change them. But the ones that are actually happening as you're going along, how do you respond to them? How do you respond to them? You have got to change how you respond to those actions. So what do you guys think? Let's make it a little bit more interactive. What do you guys think? What is it that is holding you back? There are a lot of stuff that is holding people back. One of them could be lack of knowledge. With lack of knowledge, if it's an area, say for example, you wanted to become, I don't know, a nurse, or you wanted to become a social worker, or you wanted to become a speaker, you have got to look at the courses that you need to do to better yourself So you're able to become a qualified professional nurse, professional social worker, or professional speaker. You have got to do that. Get off blaming, get off having excuses for your life. That, oh, I can't do this because of this, I can't do this because of that. No, it doesn't work. It does not work. And I'm telling you as it is, I'm being as frank as I can, because those are the kind of things that was holding me back. And I felt it wasn't really doing anything for me. So I'm here advising you, please, stop it. Just stop. Fear of the unknown. Absolutely. Hi, KJ, it's long time. How are you doing? It is. Fear of the unknown. What is out there? Let's give an example. Okay, you're in a room and they ask you to go into a locked door, the next room. You don't know what is in there, but you are so afraid of yourself. You can't even open that door. But until you actually take the action of getting up, opening the door, you're never going to know what is inside that room. Isn't it? So you have got to take the action. Sometimes what you're afraid of, actually, when you come face to face up with it, you then realize you're like, wow, is that what I was really afraid of? And you will start picking yourself. You said, I wish I'd done this a few years back. But you can start now, because I want by January 2018, you would have started addressing those fears that is holding you back, so that you can live a purposeful life. You can impact people's life. You can leave a legacy. Fear is there, but what are you afraid of? I've given an example of the fear of the unknown. Unless you take that step to actually address that fear of the unknown, you're never going to be able to go past it. Take the necessary step. Take risk. You see successful people, they take risk. They're never afraid of taking risk. That's why they're successful. They take risk, it doesn't feel, they dust themselves off and move on to the next project. And that is how we have to live if you want to be successful. And that is the kind of mindset that I have. Another thing probably could be change of mindset. Unfortunately, some people are so rigid in their mindset that it's so difficult for them to actually change or even transform their mind. As the Bible says, a man thinketh in his heart so easy. So, what do you think about yourself when we talk about mindset? What is it that you think about yourself? What kind of image do you hold about yourself? What kind of image do you hold about the environment or the world at large? Because the kind of image that you hold about yourself is what you're portraying and the rest of the world is seeing. And that is the same thing that you'll keep attracting to yourself. So you've got to change the way you think about yourself. Say, I'm powerful, I'm great, I'm beautiful, I'm gorgeous, I can do this, I can do that. The more you speak to yourself that you can do it, you will start seeing results and you will start seeing a change. But the most important thing is acknowledging that you have a problem, which we all do. We all do have problems. You acknowledge you have a problem, and then you take the necessary steps to address those problems. Lack of confidence. Go back to when you started actually realizing you started losing lack of confidence in yourself. Go to the root problem, what it was, and address that issue. It might be difficult, it might be challenging, but unless you actually address the issue where the lack of confidence started, you're not going to move forward. I'm speaking from experience. You're not going to move forward. You've got to address it. Lack of knowledge. If you want to progress, to be better in life, to get promotion, to earn more money, go back to uni, start short courses, do whatever it is that you need to do to better yourself. Blaming and complaining. Stop it. Right now, stop it, because it doesn't help. Pull yourself away if you are surrounded by people who are always blaming and complaining. Please pull yourself out of it, because it's not worth it. It drains the energy out of you. You know what I do these days? If I'm around people that are always complaining and blaming, I excuse myself from there, because you know what? I know I have grown so much, and I do not want to be pulled back. I do not want to be pulled back. So I pull myself out of it. I excuse myself from the company and go and do something else that is going to be beneficial and actually increase me in knowledge. So that is what I suggest you do. Pull yourself out of it. And surround yourself, align yourself, be intentional, align yourself with the right people. There are a lot of people out there that can help, but you have got to remove yourself from where you are and align yourself with the right people. So what else do you feel is holding you back? Come on, talk to me. What else do you feel is holding you back? Has any of the things I've mentioned you felt you've suffered? Any of the things that we've talked about? Have any of you felt that, oh yeah, I think one or two may have been a problem? Yeah? It is. It's difficult sometimes to acknowledge that we have a problem. It is difficult. But unless you acknowledge that you have a problem, you're not going to get a solution to the problem. The first step in anything that you do is acknowledging that you have a problem. Once you acknowledge it, then we take the necessary steps to address the issue. So tell me, what else do you think is holding you back so that we can start 2018 with some clarity and positive thoughts? Feel free to share, or you can inbox me later and we can have a chat. Yeah? So I hope you're going to change how you react to the events in your life. And I hope you will acknowledge some of the issues that you feel is holding you back. I hope you will be true to yourself. Be true to yourself. If you want change, if you want to see change in you, and I mean you, only you can do it. No one else can do it for you. Only you can do it. With the right support, they'll help you, but you have got to take the first step first. Only you can do it. So do we agree on that? Procrastination. Oh, BK, you have just nailed it. Procrastination. That is a big problem. Something that you should have done today, you keep saying tomorrow, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it tomorrow. Tomorrow comes and you haven't done it. Procrastination is a big, big problem. And how have you addressed that? Now that you've realized that procrastination was a problem, how did you address that? You want to share with the group? You want to share with the group? Yeah. Yeah? Share with the group what steps you took. Procrastination for me is just laziness. Because if you have the ability and the resources to do what you need to do today, and you choose not to do it, to me it's just laziness. And that is holding you back from progressing. It is laziness. And laziness is a disease. Yes, I know there are times when we work and we get tired, but it shouldn't be all the time. It shouldn't be all the time. I'm a go-getter. I like doing things. I don't react to things. I'm very proactive. So if procrastination is one of the problems that you're facing, my advice to you is, why is it that you try not to do the things that you're supposed to do today? What is it? Is it fear that is holding you back, that, oh, I can do that tomorrow. Yeah, let me just chill out. I can do that tomorrow. Why? Why can't you do it today? What is the problem that is stopping you from doing what you were supposed to do today? And keep postponing until you realize it is so late for you to do it. Why? Is my question. Why? That is my question. Why do you procrastinate? Anything else that is holding anyone back that you would like to share? So we can have a chat about it. Another thing that I've come across is fear of rejection. Rejection is a big problem. Do you suffer from fear of rejection? Maybe there's something that you've been meaning and you wanted to start doing, but you're afraid because you feel it might not be welcomed by certain people. I might get rejected. I might get ridiculed. Or you're just not so good with receiving rejection. You see, for me, rejection actually energizes you to move forward. You can get 1,000 no's, but the 1,001 will be a yes. So never give up. If you've been knocking on doors and all you keep getting is no's, keep going. Don't stop. Because the people who are rejecting you haven't seen the potential in you. They do not know what you're worth, and they do not know what you can offer them. So what I suggest you do, no matter how many rejections you get, yes, you might feel a little bit upset, but never, ever give up. Never, ever give up. Keep on knocking on those doors. Keep on pursuing those goals. Keep on pursuing and pushing. Because one day, and I tell you, one day, the door will open. And when the door starts to open, you'll look at yourself and say, wow, thank God I did not give up. Keep pushing. Never, ever give up. Keep pushing. Keep knocking on the door. Keep asking. Because if you don't ask, you're not going to receive. People will not know what it is that you have. Keep asking, keep knocking. The rejections will come. Oh yes, they'll come in big numbers. They will come. But keep knocking and keep asking. But one day, somebody will see what you're worth and will open that door. And you should do the same as well when you're in a position of power or a position of authority. Always assess the situation and try and understand what it felt like when you were rejected. If you are to reject somebody on a certain ground, please give an explanation so that they can go away and work on getting better next time they make an offer. Is that fair enough? Hi, Margaret. Thanks for joining. How are you doing? Okay. So what else do you feel is holding you back so that 2018 you will just sail through and become the best person, the best you that you can ever be? What is it that is holding you back? What is it that is holding you back? Another thing somebody told me today is like, oh, Linda, I feel I'm not good enough to do that. I'm like, really? Why do you say that? Oh, I'm this, giving all the negative things about her features, why she's not good enough. You know what? Just the way God created you, you're perfect in all ways. Perfect, absolutely perfect in all ways. You're perfect. There's absolutely nothing wrong with you. You were designed the way you are to actually be able to walk in purpose that God has designed for you. You cannot change it. Because if you change it, then you're denying yourself. You're changing yourself and thinking you are not good enough. got to accept and say, the way I have been designed, the way I have been created, I know the reason why I'm here is to walk in my purpose. There's a reason for that. So I hope we've been able to address a few issues that is holding people back. Anyone wants to share anything? Come on, talk to me. Anything you want to share? I'm going to leave you with a few nuggets that I think you can do to help you move forward. One is take the necessary steps needed to change the outcome of your life. And that is how you respond to the events in your life. Change the image that you hold about yourself. Try and change that image. If it means standing in front of the mirror and speaking to yourself, do that. Change that image. Because unless you change that image, the world is not going to see any different. The world will see the same image that you keep portraying. Taking responsibility of your life. Stop complaining. Stop blaming. Acknowledge all your failures and your successes. So far, the life that we are living right now is because of how we have created it up to now. But as from now, we are going to be able to change the way that we want to live our life, our desired outcome. Only you can do that. Only you can change the desired outcome of your life by taking 100% responsibility of your life. Only you can do that. With help, you can do that. Absolutely, you can do that. But you have the ultimate decision or choice to make, to take 100% responsibility for your life. And once you have acknowledged and addressed all the issues that we've covered, first you have to acknowledge that you actually have a problem. Look for solutions to address those problems. Taking 100% responsibility so that you can move forward. Because by acknowledging that you have the problems, you will have more clarity. You will have a clear vision of what you want for your life. That is absolutely possible. Change how you think up here. It's very important. Change. Change how you think of yourself. The way you think about yourself, the way you talk about yourself, the way you see yourself. Change it. As from today, change it. Stand in front of the mirror and tell yourself who you are and how good you are. Acknowledging your weaknesses and your strength. And you can move forward. It's absolutely possible. Everything that I'm sharing with you are things that I've addressed and are things that I've overcome. That's why I'm able to talk about it freely. I'm really not bothered about being ridiculed or talked about or rejected. Not at all. I have passed that a long time. So I'm just here to help you that you too can do it. It's very possible. You can do it. With the right help. With the right help, you can do it. Hi, John. Thanks for joining. You can do it. So I hope this session has been beneficial and you've learned something. I hope you have. I'll be seeing you again in a week's time. And we are going to be looking at, okay, tell me, what do you want us to talk about next week? Give me a topic. What do you want us to talk about next week? Because I might be talking about something that you guys are not interested in. Inbox me with some topics that you feel you want it to be addressed, or you can share it right now. Feel free. Don't be shy. Okay, so tune in next week. We'll be catching up again. Invite your friends. And before I go, if you look on my Facebook page, if you could please vote for Lamich Kirabo. Please vote for her. For the blogger and writer of Uganda, please vote for her. Parenting. Okay, Renee. So that's the topic you want us to talk about next week. Sure, we will talk about that. Parenting. Okay. Anyone else have another topic that you would want us to talk about next week? Or maybe the week after? No? Okay. So that's all for now. And I want to thank you so much. Actually, I made a mistake. I didn't introduce myself at the beginning, which was actually very poor representation of myself. And I do apologize. For some of you that maybe do not know me, my name is Linda Myogo. I'm a motivational speaker and a TV presenter. And I'm soon starting a chat show. So there you go. That's who I am. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me this evening. And I hope you'll take the necessary steps that we've discussed and put it into action. And I'll see you next week. Thank you so much. God bless you. Bye-bye for now.